on the right side of your screen.
Oh, yeah, he just goes around.
Yeah, Stenhouse had to have had some kind of problem. I can't.
Larry said that he'd get on Earnhardt and said, don't you think auto?
Oh, around.
Oh, my,
hard in the wall.
Oh, that was a hard lick.
And that is Brian
like another
Vickers.
right rear tire went down to me.
My gosh, that was a hard lick.
You know, we saw that car really dancing around. You made a comment about it, DW. And the next thing you know, he went to go into turn 1, and the car just turned around.
Oh my gosh!
Your performance.
Yes. You got to have some sort of
right up ahead, right in the middle.
Bam! Gosh, that was hard hit.
He almost missed it
tonight, and the cars are probably running 200+ miles an hour as they go off into turn 1. Watch this thing.
You can see just a little bit of smoke come off this 14 car just as he starts to get into turn 1. You can start to see the sidewall of the tire hanging out.
There she goes.
There's just nothing you can do in that situation.
Goodness.
Oh, Clint Boyer just caught him. Let's ride with Kurt Busch in the 41 through this.
Smoke in there in front of you then. There you go.
Maybe he could see that smoke, and you could see he started lifting much earlier than cars around him, trying to anticipate it and get out of the way. And I think he did a great job, for the most part, missing it. I think might be a little bit of damage on the right side.
All those blue blocks you saw, that's safety foam between the outer door skin and the roll cage. 6 cars involved.
I need to take a breath, and I'm really excited that I'm up here.
Around goes Johnson.
Tear it all.
Yeah, he hit the front splitter, ripped the front end right off that car.
Caution waves.
Be done.
The nose of that 48 is all torn up.
Wreck.
Jamie McMurray on the outside. I think that's Casey
Mears up on the outside there.
And you can see they just still are on his quarter, and it pushed Jimmy up into the 13 just a little bit.
Oh, man.
And looked like maybe him and the 13 got together. Then him and Menard got together.
Menard may have given Jimmy a little shot and pushed him up into the 13.
And that area where Johnson went off is the bus stop chicane for the sports car races here, and it's a grass to asphalt to grass transition. You end up being a farm tractor going through there.
It's just a really awkward position to be in.
Real tight. Oh, boy, Kyle Larson did a nice job there.
Let's ride along with Jimmy Johnson.
In and out. In and out.
Watch his hands.
In and out.
I think he was just in an awkward position.
Yeah, it was like the air from the car on the inside.
All caught up in this mishap. And then lap 44, Jimmy Johnson, 5th time here in the Unlimited that he does not finish. He was running 10th at the time. And with Chase Elliott, who's in the 24 car for Jeff Gordon, watching all of this, a rough.
Yeah, we're going to see Casey Kane here leading the 1 car of Jamie McMurray as they come down the back straightaway. Jamie just starts bump drafting the 5 car, and it starts getting the 5 loose and getting side to side, and eventually it just turns him right into the outside into A.J. Allmendinger, unfortunately. You know, I talked about this earlier. It's just really difficult to bump draft these days with the way the bumpers are shaped, and that's the risk that you're going to take, even though you're trying to get that car ahead.
Well, when we look at the cars in the corner, think about how close the bumper is in the corner. When it gets on the straightaway, look how high it is. The car gets light back there.
And here's what Jamie McMurray had to say.
100% my fault.
Held off all comers, 3 laps to go. The Ford's trying to gang up on the outside. Now Logano drops to the bottom in front of Matt Kenseth.
Oh, no.
And a car's in the wall. It is Kurt Busch.
Wow, it looked like something. That looked like a tire.
Yeah, almost like that damage he had on the right rear.
Oh, there's more
something
smoke
else
up
going
ahead.
on the back straight. Big wreck.
Big wreck on the back. Holy smoly.
Wow, I did not see that.
Logano and Edwards running right at the front, and McMurray trying to sneak past.
There's Carl
Eric
Edwards.
Almirola,
Here's
Kyle Busch.
Everybody is in
Is
that
there
wreck.
anybody that didn't crash?
Another
Heck.
Kurt Busch high on the outside, the black car toward the back.
Yeah, we saw him. He goes up the hill. Looks like lost the right rear tire, maybe.
Pretty good chance of that. He definitely was loose right there going in there.
And so we're watching him and what he's going to do.
Let's watch from the Goodyear blimp and see what happens at the front of the field.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Edwards and Keselowski touch.
And then they maybe touch again.
Squeeze play.
No, you know, Mears in the 13 bammed into the 2 of Keselowski and shot him into the 19 of Edwards.
I'd love to hear the 19 car spotter to see if he thought he was clear there, because he definitely squeezed that 2 up there, and I don't know if he was quite clear of him.
I believe the 13 got into the back of the 19 and drove him forward.
Easy, get middle.
You could tell.
This is looking off turn 2. And things jam up in a hurry.
Man, how many wrecks do you see on the back straightaway? I mean, one right after another.
Well, and the thing that happens here late in the race, nobody's checking up. And this is when I say bumper cars at 200 miles per hour, because it really is. Nobody's going to check up. If you've got momentum, you're not about to give it up.
All right, here's Carl, and he's going to run up here, and he and Brad make a little contact.
And he really stalled the 2 out right there.
Then the 2 fights back on the outside, and they touched, but I think the 13 drove the 2 up into the 19.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
I think that the 2 and the 19 started making contact, and the 2 started checking up a little bit, and the 13 had nowhere to go but in the back of him. And like I said, nobody's checking up right now.
All right, Keselowski and
Wow.
Whoa! No, that's
Clear.
it.
They're wrecking behind you.
and it's all at the back. We may make it to the checkered flag. The wreck is at the tail end.
They're 2 by 2. You're clear by 2.
Leaders on the back straightaway, coming hard. Caution waves. It's over.
Caution. Hell yeah.
Gibbs goes to victory lane in the Unlimited. Here's the mayhem on the last lap.
So it looked like Hamlin put a big block on the 27 car. The 20 gets right in there behind Menard, and then as they got into turn 1, it looked like they just ran out of room between the 20 and the 1. He was already side by side with the 2, and then caught up the 78 in that as well.
Wow, just one wreck right after another. It's amazing.
So when that little incident happened, when the 11 blocked the 27's run and the 20 was right behind him, it just stalled him out a little bit, and that 1 car had momentum coming right to the center. He saw an opening.
Oh, Clint Boyer just caught him. Let's ride with Kurt Busch in the 41 through this.
Smoke in there in front of you there. Keep coming. There you go.
On. Maybe he could see that smoke, and you could see he started lifting much earlier than cars around him, trying to anticipate it and get out of the way, and I think he did a great job for the most part missing it. I think might be a little bit of damage on the right side.
All those blue blocks you saw, that's safety foam between the outer door skin and the roll cage. 6 cars involved.
I need to take a breath, and I'm really excited that I'm up here.
Right around goes Johnson.
Gonna tear it all. It just
Yeah, he hit the
rips it
front
all
splitter,
apart.
ripped the front end right off that car. He's
Caution
gonna
waves.
be done.
The nose of that 48 is all torn up.
wreck.
Got Jamie McMurray on the outside. I think that's Casey
Mears up on the outside there.
And you can see they just still are on his quarter, and it pushed Jimmy up into the 13 just a little bit.
Oh man,
And look.
Look away on the right side of your screen.
oh yeah, he just goes around.
Yeah, Stenhouse had to have had some kind of problem. I can't.
Larry said that he'd get on Earnhardt and said, don't you think auto?
What's around?
Oh, my
big wreck.
Hard in the wall.
Oh, that was a hard lick.
And that is
looked
Brian
like another
Vickers.
right rear tire went down to me.
My gosh, that was a hard lick.
You know, we saw that car really dancing around. You made a comment about it, DW. And the next thing you know, he went to go into turn 1, and the car just turned around.
Oh my gosh.
Near your performance.
Yes. You got to have some sort of
Right up ahead, right in the middle.
Bam. Gosh, that was hard hit.
He almost missed it.
Tonight, and the cars are probably running 200 plus miles an hour as they go off into turn 1.
And
Watch
you can
this
see
thing.
just a little bit of smoke come off this 14 car just as he starts to get into turn 1. You can start to see the sidewall of the tire hanging out.
There she
Around
goes.
it goes. There's just nothing you can do in that situation.
Goodness.
looked like maybe him and the 13 got together, then him and Menard got together.
Menard may have given Jimmy a little shot and pushed him up into the 13.
And that area where Johnson went off is the bus stop chicane for the sports car races here, and it's a grass to asphalt to grass transition. You end up being a farm tractor going through there.
It's just a really awkward position to be in.
Real tight. Oh, boy, Kyle Larson did a nice job there.
Let's ride along with Jimmy Johnson.
In and out, in and out.
Watch his hands.
In and out.
I think he was just in an awkward position.
Yeah, it was like the air from the car on the inside.
All caught up in this mishap, and then lap 44, Jimmy Johnson, 5th time here in the Unlimited that he does not finish. He was running 10th at the time. And with Chase Elliott, who's in the 24 car for Jeff Gordon, watching all of this, a rough.
Yeah, we're going to see Casey Kane here leading the 1 car of Jamie McMurray as they come down the back straightaway. Jamie just starts bump drafting the 5 car, and it starts getting the 5 loose and getting side to side, and eventually it just turns them right into the outside into A.J. Allmendinger, unfortunately. You know, I talked about this earlier. It's just really difficult to bump draft these days with the way the bumpers are shaped, and that's the risk that you're going to take, even though you're trying to get that car ahead.
Well, when we look at the cars in the corner, think about how close the bumper is in the corner. When it gets on the straightaway, look how high it is. The car gets light back there.
And here's what Jamie McMurray had to say.
100% my fault.
Held off all comers, 3 laps to go. The Ford's trying to gang up on the outside. Now Logano drops to the bottom in front of Matt Kenseth.
Oh, no.
And a car's in the wall. It is Kurt Busch.
Wow, it looked like something. That looked like a tire.
Yeah, almost like that damage he had on the right rear.
Oh, there's more
something
smoke
else
up
going
ahead.
on the back straight. Big wreck.
Big wreck on the back. Holy smoly.
Wow, I did not see that.
Logano and Edwards running right at the front, and McMurray trying to sneak past.
There's Carl
Eric
Edwards.
Almirola,
Here's
Kyle Busch.
Everybody is in
Is
that
there
wreck.
anybody that didn't crash?
Another
Heck.
Kurt Busch high on the outside, the black car toward the back.
Yeah, we saw him. He goes up the hill. Looks like lost the right rear tire maybe.
pretty good chance of that. He definitely was loose right there going in there.
And so we're watching him and what he's going to do.
Let's watch from the Goodyear blimp and see what happens at the front of the field.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Edwards and Keselowski touch.
And then they maybe touch again.
Squeeze play.
No, you know, Mears in the 13 bammed into the 2 of Keselowski and shot him into the 19 of Edwards.
I'd love to hear the 19 car spotter to see if he thought he was clear there, because he definitely squeezed that 2 up there, and I don't know if he was quite clear of him.
I believe the 13 got into the back of the 19 and drove him forward.
Easy, get middle.
You could tell.
This is looking off turn 2. And things jam up in a hurry.
Man, how many wrecks do you see on the back straightaway? I mean, one right after another.
Well, and the thing that happens here late in the race, nobody's checking up. And this is when I say bumper cars at 200 miles per hour, because it really is. Nobody's going to check up. If you've got momentum,